Welcome viewers, you're watching my YouTube channel BioHub and I'm your facilitator Dr. Seema Sharma. Dear viewers, we are on chapter number 8, Cell Structure and Functions. We are covering this chapter part-wise and in this video I have covered its third part. It is about cell and cell organelles. This segment of chapter number 8 is not only important from your annual or half-yearly examination point of view, but this is very important from competitive point of view. So I want you to stay connected and watch this video till the last. Let's together explore about cells and cell organelles. Come on viewers, join me. Let's learn biology. Viewers, this chapter is basically divisible into 6 parts. I have already uploaded 2 videos of its first 3 segments, and for detail, you can watch those videos on my channel BioHub. In this video, I have covered segment number 4, which is about cell structure. The learning objective of this video is that after watching this video, 2 things should be clear to my viewers. First, what is the basic structure of the cell? And second, what are cell organelles and what is their structural and functional importance for the cell? So let us take up the first objective, basic structure of the cell, cell structure. Viewers, in the previous video of this chapter, you came to know that though cells vary in shape and size, but they have a number of things in common. Basic components of the cell, they are cytoplasm, cell membrane, cell wall, nucleus and cell organelles. First, cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance that makes up most of the inside of the cell. All life function they take place in the cytoplasm. This word cytoplasm is made up of 2 words. Cytos means hollow and plasm means liquid. Pay attention to this figure. This figure is representing cell. And the blue portion of this diagram represents the cytoplasm filling the cell. So this was about cytoplasm. Next basic component is cell membrane. Surrounding the cytoplasm is a very thin covering called the cell membrane or plasma membrane. The yellow line in this diagram represents the cell membrane of the cell. This membrane is very thin. It is elastic. It is semi-permeable. It allows certain materials to come in and move out. And it holds the cellular content of the cell. Next component is cell wall. Cell wall is present basically in plant cells and in bacteria. Plant cells, they have cell wall in addition to cell membrane. And viewers, this cell wall, it is absent in animals. Now, why plants have this additional covering called cell wall? The cell wall supports and protects the plant cells since plants, they do not have skeleton for support. This black colored line in this diagram, it is showing us the position of the cell wall in the plant cell. This is giving rigidity and protection to the plant cell. Now next and very important basic component of cell is nucleus. Floating within the cytoplasm, somewhere in the center is a small spherical body which is called as nucleus. Single is nucleus and plural is nuclei. This is the structure of a nucleus. Nucleus is the control center of the cell. It directs the growth of the cell and controls all the activities that are going on within the cell. That is why nucleus is called as the brain of the cell or the control center of the cell. Let's see what's inside the nucleus. Nucleus is basically divisible into 4 parts. A, nuclear membrane. B, nucleoplasm. C, nucleolus. And D, chromosomes. You have to learn about these 4 parts in brief in this class. First, let us take up nuclear membrane. Nucleus has an outer covering which is called as nuclear membrane. It is very thin membrane. It surrounds the nucleus. This rust colored outline, it is representing the nuclear membrane. And if you have noticed, it has gaps in between called nuclear pores. That's why it is porous and it allows the movement of materials through it, means exchange of information in the form of certain chemicals in and out. It is taking place through these small gaps called as nuclear pores. Next part is nucleoplasm, the jelly-like liquid material which is present within the nucleus. It is called nucleoplasm. This green color portion is depicting the nucleoplasm. So within the nucleus, you must have noticed that there is darkly stained black colored body also. This is called nucleolus and this is the brain of the nucleus. In addition to this, you must have noticed these long thread-like structures freely floating within this nucleoplasm. They are chromosomes. They carry genes which contain all the information needed by the cell to function and to reproduce and transmit characters generation after generation. These genes, they are responsible for inheritance or transfer of characteristics from parents to offsprings. And these genes, they are made up of genetic material which is called as DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. You will learn about this and its structural details in your higher classes. So this was about the basic components of a cell. Next objective is cell organelles. Within the cell, in addition to the basic components, there are a number of other tiny structures and they are called cell organelles. This is the cell and within this cell, in class 8, we have to learn about these 8 basic cell organelles: mitochondria, vacuole or Golgi bodies, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, lysosomes, centrosomes and plastids. So let's learn about these one by one. First, let's take up mitochondria. Mitochondria. Mitochondria is a plural word and singular is mitochondrion. So mitochondria, they are small rod-like structures. They are present within the cell. They oxidize food to provide energy. So they help in breakdown of glucose and they help in release of energy. So that is why mitochondria, they are called powerhouses of the energy. They generate energy. So this is about mitochondria. Next cell organelle is vacuole. Vacuoles are actually sac-like structure. Sac-like structure means small bag-like structure. Very thin-walled bag-like structure. They store food, water and waste material. Interestingly, viewers, plant cells have large vacuoles as compared to the animal cell because plant cells, they do not have any special storage structure. So whatever waste material is or extra material is, it is stored within the cell in one very big sac and that is vacuole. So in plant cells, vacuole is very big in size, 1 or 2 but very big. And this is the special feature of plant cells. Next cell organelle is Golgi body. The Golgi bodies, they are made up of basically 2 parts: tube-like structures and spherical structure. They secrete substances such as enzymes, hormones and proteins. So they play a very vital role as far as the overall functioning of the cell is concerned. And they are also called as packers and movers of the cell. Next cell organelle is endoplasmic reticulum. It is a network of tubules and channels and they are generally present around the nucleus. Endoplasmic reticulum helps in transport of substances within the cell. They act like intracellular highways. Within the cell, whatever movement of different material is going on, it is through these tubules and channels. So please pay attention to these very small spherical structures which are present on this endoplasmic reticulum. They are called as ribosomes. Though they are very tiny, but they are also very important cell organelles. These ribosomes, they help in protein synthesis. Next cell organelle is equally important and very interesting. It is lysosomes. Lysosomes, they are called as suicidal bags of the cell. They are spherical, they are much smaller than ribosomes, and they help to destroy the old cell structures. They help in basic cleaning up of the cell, and they have certain very powerful enzymes which helps them to overpower any intruder which is getting an entry into the cell. Next cell organelle is centrosome. These centrosomes, they are present in the animal cell only, and their location within the animal cell is somewhere near the nucleus. They are bundle shaped. They help in regulating the cell division. Next, an equally interesting cell organelle is plastid. Plastids, they are present in the cytoplasm of plant cells only, and they are of different types. And you're familiar with one type of plastid which is green in color. Yes, that is chloroplast. This is the diagram of chloroplast. Chloroplasts are green color plastids. They store green colored pigment called chlorophyll, which provides green color to the leaves and most of the green parts of the plant. And this pigment, chlorophyll, is very important in the process of photosynthesis. Here you have to remember, viewers, that animal cells do not have chloroplast. Second type of plastids are chromoplast, non-green plastids. They are called as chromoplast, and they store color pigments. They give color to flowers and fruits. Leucoplast, they are colorless plastid. They help in storage of food material. Like here you can see potato. This potato stem tuber is an example of leucoplast. So leucoplast, they store starch. One interesting example from plant kingdom is of tomato. It has chloroplast, chromoplast and leucoplast. So that's it about the basic cell organelles of plant and animal cell. Now, in addition to these cell organelles, in many unicellular organisms, the cell have projection on their outer surface, like cilia and flagella, which helps in the movement of the cell or the organisms. These very small hair-like structure which are present on the outer surface of paramecium, they are called cilia. And in case of Euglena, this long hair-like structure, this is called flagellum. So that's it about the cell organelles and their basic structure. Let's revise the basic function of all these cell organelles with the help of a tabulated account. Important cell organelles and their functions. First, nucleus. Nucleus is also known as the brain of the cell. Nucleus directs all activities which are operating within the cell, and it contains genetic material. Second cell organelle is mitochondria. They are also known as powerhouse of the cell because they help in generation of energy. Ribosomes, they help in synthesis of proteins. Golgi apparatus, they make, process and help in packaging of proteins. So they are also called as packers and movers of the cell. Lysosomes, they contain digestive enzyme. They help in breaking down the food, and they also help in basic cleaning up the cell. They are called suicidal bags of the cell. Next cell organelle was endoplasmic reticulum. They are called intracellular highways because endoplasmic reticulum helps in transportation of all sort of items, materials within the cell. Lastly, vacuole. They are used as storage structure, and they contain generally food, water and other waste products. One more term is related to the cell, and that is protoplasm. So protoplasm is the collective term given to everything that is present within the cell membrane, which includes the cytoplasm, nucleus and all the other cell organelles. What is protoplasm? The living content of the cell is called as protoplasm, and it includes cytoplasm, nucleus and cell organelles. That's it about the basic functions of important cell organelles. I have supplemented this video also with one worksheet, and I suggest you to go through these 3 questions. These questions will not only help you to prepare this part of the chapter for your half yearly or annual examination, but this is very important or the competitive examination point of view. If your goal is competitive exam, you must go through these worksheets. Next time, whenever you will tune into my channel BioHub, I'm going to upload part 4 of chapter 8, cell structure and functions, and in that I'm going to include the basic differences between animal and plant cells. This video is also very important because in this I will let you know the method of drawing plant and animal cell in the correct way. Now it's time to wind up this video. So I want to thank all my viewers for subscribing to my channel, for watching BioHub videos and for responding to it in the comment section. If you are a new viewer, I welcome you. I want to suggest you that please do subscribe to my channel. It will help me to keep you updated regarding my subsequent videos. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Do share the link of my channel with your fellow friends. It might be of some help to them. So with this, I'm signing out. It's a bio-bye from your facilitator, Dr. Seema Sharma. But stay tuned to my channel and keep exploring about biology with me. Take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.